Alright, hello and welcome. We're on the PTB for Dead by Daylight's new chapter. What was it? The murder of something. It's the new chapter PTB for chapter 22 where we got a new killer, the artist. We have a new survivor, Jonah Vasquez, and we finally have a new map, the Eyrie of Crows. So I'm going to be going through the perks of the killer, the survivor, as well as their backstories. Hopefully I can showcase the new map as well as get a killer Mori. So let's see what's going on. Anyways, let's go look at the killer first. Alright, so killer, here we go. The artist. Yes, bitch. I love this whole floating ink, this floating ink effect on her. That looks cool. All right, so she's described as intermediate, a ranged reconnaissance killer able to launch dire crows across the map to reveal and attack survivors. Okay, so you can use crows to attack, because I do remember that when this information got leaked, people were going, people were talking about how she was able to throw crows and shit. Her personal perks: Grim Embrace, Scourge, Hook, Pain, Resonance, and Hex Pentimento allow her to interrupt survivors' objectives, torment hooked survivors, and use destroy totems to her advantage. Alright, so now we're going to look into her backstory. So, Carmina Mora was a gifted artist who carried the guilt of her young brother's death. Growing up a rugged coastal village in southern Chile, she sketched the sublime landscapes of Patagonia. Sitting outside, she painted dramatic fjords while feeding the crows nested in the tree next to the house. She grew up carrying the guilt of her mother's sudden departure. Her father blamed Carmina for her mother's abandonment, which added to her grief. She became the caretaker of Matthias, her little brother, despite still being a child herself. Ooh. A year later, Carmina was painting with Matthias outside where the telephone rang. Her father remained in the yard drinking his beer. Carmina rushed into the house to answer the phone and hung up a few seconds later. When she returned outside, Matthias was nowhere to be seen. She asked her father, but he had paid no attention to Matthias. She called her brother's name, looking for him everywhere. While searching, she saw a bright red coat floating on the narrow creek by the house, Matthias's jacket. She jumped into the creek and found him floating on the surface with vacant eyes unblinking. He had fallen and drowned. Oh dear. Her scream tore the sky. Her father found Carmina sobbing on the creek shore, clutching her brother's body in her arms, surrounded by a murder of crows. Her father snatched Matthias's body away from her, and she cried until her voice broke. The following morning, the world was cloaked in darkness. Her father did not say a word because he did not have to. Carmina knew it was all her fault. Months passed, yet her loss was as fresh as morning dew. Crippled with self-loathing, she could no longer paint. Without Matthias, life had no meaning. On the bleak morning of Matthias's birthday, Carmina walked to a large narrow bridge several blocks away from home. She was convinced that nothing could bring her relief. Her mother was gone, her brother was dead, and her father blamed her for it all, even though he could have been watching her too. She was convinced that she had nothing left to live for. Carmina walked to the railing of the bridge that stood over the turbulent river. Locals had nicknamed the spot Death Leap, or Death... Is that a typo? Anyway, several cars drove by Carmina, but none stopped. No one seemed to care. She climbed over the railing and her legs wobbled as she stood on the lip of the bridge. She looked down, watching the fierce river smash into a giant boulder. She closed her eyes. "See you soon, Matthias." Suddenly, a cacophony of caws filled the sky. Carmina opened her eyes and saw a black cloud of feathers flying toward her. The cloud split open and glossy black crows dove from the sky. One landed on her shoulder and stared intently into Carmina's eyes, as it peered into her soul. Her grip on the railing loosens and the crow called raucously. Carmina stared at the crow, confused. Another crow landed on the railing, then another. Soon a flock of crows were covering the railing of the bridge, staying close to her. She felt their heavy stare on her, calculative and enigmatic, as if they were assessing her. She looked down for a second, and thunder of caws interrupted her dark impulse. The crows seemed to care about her well-being. As she dangled over the edge with the wind blowing through her raven hair, Carmina felt akin to them. For the first time since Matthias had died, Carmina did not feel alone. She returned home, giving life another chance. The crows left, but Carmina suspected that if anything happened to her, they would return. Inspired by her ordeal, Carmina picked up a brush. In the weeks that followed, she painted her experience, using black ink to depict the death leaf. Okay, so that's not a typo. With a black cloud of feathers. The murder of crows that saved her life. The experience was transformative and launched her signature, black ink surrealist art. Yes, queen. After several years, some color pierced the darkness, and this shift of medium expanded her art form. She painted large-scale murals on busy street corners, designed grandiose costumes, and recited militant poetry. Carmina's art displayed local, intimate tragedies on a large scale, making them impossible to ignore. And everywhere she performed, crows followed. Her performance grew bold and drew attention of artists who found her style invigorating. She grew close to a group of painters who understood her iconoclastic vision. Her performances launched the large-scale surrealist movement, which became a phenomenon. Her renown grew enough to attract the commission of a multinational enterprise, the VAC label. The VAC label, that's Black Veil, bitch. That is Black Veil all day. Carmina investigated the group, discovering that the gifted art pieces to select disreputable congressmen. VAC's commissioned artists seemed to disappear afterwards. To determine to expose the group's link to corrupt politics, Carmina accepted VAC's commission. The following week, Carmina painted a giant mural on a ceremony's columbarium, displaying the back label logo as a surrealist Grim Reaper harbored into the fields of Chilean families. She wore a theatrical dress as she painted, on which she had stitched a poem about political revolution. Is that what this dress is? The piece sparked a radical debate about corruption. The controversy painted a target on Carmina's back. I got phlegm in my throat, excuse me. After receiving anonymous death threats, she took refuge in her father's house, bringing along her closest friends to safety. That night, a gang of masked gunmen broke into the house. They swiftly subdued Carmina and her friends, threw them in a van, and drove off. Excuse me. The following morning, a dry breeze blew sand on Carmina's face, awakening her. She was seated in a chair in the middle of the desert with her legs tied and her hands handcuffed. Her friends were lying on the ground, tied up. A shadow fell over her face. Carmina looked up. A man dressed in a long robe with a face hidden in a dark hood approached her. He pulled a silvery knife from his robe. He grabbed her hands and recited to him in an unfamiliar language. Carmina held his gaze and paused and brought down his blade with a sudden blow. She cried in agony as her friends were up to a terrible sight, Carmina's severed hands falling in the sand. So they did cut him off. The hooded man smiled in satisfaction. How are you going to paint now? Carmina cursed and screamed at him, wriggling against her bounds. The man grabbed Carmina's chin. She spit in his face. Yes, bitch. He grunted and pried her mouth open, pulling out her tongue. Carmina struggled against her handcuffs. In a violent blow, he chopped off Carmina's tongue. Oh no. The man wiped his blade on his robe, leaving a trail. But how are you going to recite poems now? Sorrow swelled in Carmina's chest. Sharper than pain, overwhelmed by uncontrollable rage, grief, and loss overcame her senses. She had lost her little brother, and she had lost the only way to cope with such pain. Carmina screamed like on the other day her brother died. Raucous calls echoed through the wasteland. The sky was obscured by a cyclone of dark clouds. Black feathers fell on Carmina's bleeding arms. She looked up and saw a torrent of crows erupting from the clouds, diving on the hooded man. Ooh. As the ravenous crows pecked at his flesh mercilessly, Carmina smiled, watching her surrealist art becoming to life. But her heart lurched with rage when she saw the crows move on to their next target, her friends on the ground. She screamed as waves of pain, guilt, and fright overwhelmed her, but it was all in vain. The ravenous crows were uncontrollable. Darkness fell over her eyes as her friends' agonizing screams grew more acute. Death was coming, and again it was her fault. A deep black fog engulfed her. Damn. Poor child. Alright, so first we're going to look at her power, and then we're going to check out her perks. So her power is Birds of Torment. From her wellspring of eternal agony comes a swarm of darkness, a wild and ferocious murder of ink-black crows. Press and hold the power button to charge Birds of Torment. When fully charged, tap the attack button to summon a dire crow. You can repeat the action quickly by continuously holding down the power button and tapping the attack button again. When at least one dire crow is summoned, it stays idle for a limited time. Spawning a new dire crow will extend the time the previously spawned dire crow stays idle. Tap the ability button to propel the dire crow into flight. Interesting. Dire crows can inflict damage for a short distance when flying. This is indicated to the killer by the dire crow's flight path. Once a dire crow continues past the flight path, it will no longer inflict damage but can now pass through any obstacle and reveal nearby survivors using killer instinct. Ooh. In this phase, dire crows will create a swarm around survivors they hit, allowing the killer to see the swarm aura on the survivor. The survivor can repel the swarm by compelling the repel action or entering a locker. During this time, the swarm's aura is not shown to the killer. A survivor being swarmed will receive damage if hit by a second dire crow. Okay, so you're basically throwing crows at them, and the crows are giving away their location. Kind of like what the regular crows are doing, sitting like perch crows. Oops, excuse me. So she has a base speed of 4.6, basic terror radius, and average height. Alright, so now we get to the perks. Grim Embrace. You act on your active servitude to the entity has not gone unnoticed. Each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, you gain a token. Upon reaching 4 tokens, Grim Embrace activates. The entity blocks all generators for 20 seconds. The obsession's aura is revealed to you for 4 seconds. Oh. Okay, so you hook each survivor one time. For the first time, you give them a token. Okay, so you hook each survivor one time, you get 4 tokens, and then the perk activates. Then it blocks all generators for 20 seconds, and it reveals the obsession to you. Interesting. Next one is Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Overwhelming pain reverberates outwards into chaos. At the start of the trial, up to 4 random hooks are changed into Scourge Hooks. You see the auras in white, same as Scourge Hook perk. Anytime a survivor is hooked on a Scourge Hook, the generator with the most progress explodes, instantly losing 9% progress and will start to regress. Survivors repairing the generator with a scream, revealing their location. Ooh. Damn, that's sexy though. Okay, so this gives Scourge Hooks a lot more use now. And it's anytime you hook a person on a Scourge Hook. That's sexy. And last one is Hex Pentimento. You reveal the true power of the totems hidden within their remains. You see the aura of destroyed totems. You can perform ritual on a destroyed totem. Yes! Fucking finally we get a resurrection totem thing! You can perform a ritual on a destroyed totem to resurrect it as a rekindled totem. The more rekindled totems that exist, the greater their effects. 1 rekindled totem reduces survivors' repair speed. 2 rekindled totem reduces survivors' healing. 3 rekindled totems reduces survivors' recovery. 4 rekindled totems reduces survivors' exit gate opening speed. 5 rekindled totems, all totems are blocked by the entity. When a rekindled totem is removed, its remains are consumed by the entity. So it's only a one-time thing. But we finally get a fucking resurrection to totems. This has been a long time coming. But itself is also a hex, so that's interesting. But okay. I kind of wish it wasn't a hex, because if you only can do like a one-time reuse thing for each rekindled totem, it just goes out. But I don't know, it's still an interesting perk, but hit and miss. Here we have the new survivor, Jonah Vasquez. I keep saying Jonah something. His difficulty is easy. Jonah is a mathematical mastermind, able to use logic to help his team. His personal perks Overcome, Corrective Action, and Boon Exponential allow him to quickly flee, correct failed skill checks, and treat dying survivors. Oh. Alright, so here's a new survivor, Jonah Vasquez. He's holding a, what is that, an iPod? An iPad? Mini iPad? Alright, so let's check out his story. Jonah Vasquez saw the truth behind the veil. His gifted mind understood numbers in a way few could. Sunsets, architecture, a blade of grass, he saw more within them than eyes could glean. He understood the language that explained them, mathematics, complex equations that continuously played out around the universe to determine why and how we exist. Structures, patterns, a law unbroken, physics. His gift would have been overlooked had his family history of poverty continued for another generation. But some patterns are meant to deviate from their common course, and Jonah's father strived to better his family with every muscle he had. What started as a job picking fruit near Fresno, California, eventually led him to owning a small mangrove. It wasn't much, but it was enough to provide Jonah a stable childhood and education. Though placed in advanced classes, there were a few signs of Jonah's brilliance to his peers. He was a normal boy with a few close friends, a passion for baseball, and an interest in ancient civilization. However, when he was alone, his mind turned to numbers, and these to Jonah were the most fascinating marvels. He delved into Fibonacci and Riemann's sequences and were soon poring over complex equations from history's leading mathematicians. On his 16th birthday, he received an unaddressed card. There's nothing within but the following numbers: 8, 25, 19, 44, 1. These are coordinates. Were these the coordinates that they were giving us for the in the teasers, I wonder? It was a puzzle, perhaps a gift from his math teacher or a relative who knew of his penchant for solving brain teasers. But somehow this was different. While he immediately recognized the GPS coordinates, quickly discovering they led to a location in Chile, the other numbers were meant nothing to him. Every attempt he made led to failure. Over time, he abandoned the puzzle, convinced it was flawed. He went on to university and upon graduation was hired as a code breaker by the CIA. On his first day, written in his employee handbook were the numbers from years ago. Tension in the back of his neck materialized, a feeling that was being toyed with. He returned to the puzzle only to discover that his years of experience would reveal no new information. He couldn't dwell on it, he had a job to do. He was to put to work deciphering messages from signal stations around Europe. Archive footage found that for 23 years, dozens had been operating in an unknown capacity. Simple blinks of light hid complex codes that revealed disjointed information. It wasn't much to go on, but he discovered the messages seemed to involve powerful and wealthy individuals from around the globe. What, the Illuminati? The project was abruptly shut down. All agents involved were transferred to the other assignments. Jonah was moved to a covert task force in the newly formed democracy of Quintana, where he intercepted and decoded messages from bands of rebels. His work enabled the US to target numerous rebel locations, then the bombs dropped. It was discovered too late that the messages were decoys. Civilian casualties were staggering, the true numbers covered up by officials. Jonah blamed himself. He saw firsthand the damage done and the families torn apart. He took a leave of absence but remained in Quintana surveying the damage. He had to do something. He cashed in his favors with one of the CIA's digital security experts and infiltrated the rebellion's computer network. From there, he took the stock of the numbers and made changes he thought no one would notice. Small amounts of money were siphoned from the rebels to those who lost their homes and loved ones. Oh, that's nice. Seemed like a smooth play, undetectable and bloodless until the day the gunshots rang through his suite. Jonah hit the floor as glass shattered and holes punched through his walls. Grabbing his laptop, he broke his kitchen window and leapt to the neighboring building's roof. Before he could even rub his throbbing ankles, the small house exploded into flames. He ran, not looking back. He climbed down to the alley, made his way to the slums, and concealed himself among rickety shanties of cardboard and rotting wood. A week later, he arrived at an American embassy, exhausted, dust-ridden, and defeated. Before he could take a breath, he received a call from his chief officer at the CIA. Was it worth it? You over this crusade of yours? He felt powerless, as so he returned his focus to what was simple and what was black and white. Numbers. His chief officer gave him a new assignment, one classified to all but a few. His research on the signal station had reached someone high up, and the project was reopened under a veil of secrecy. Jonah dedicated his time to deciphering the codes, partly out of fascination and partly to forget the guilt that resided within him. What started with the signal stations led to something even more baffling: horror podcasts. Horror podcasts? Is this like a nod to that chick that I've heard her name go around? Can't think of it right now. In the stories of a campfire thrillers and slasher tales from around the world carefully concealed codes, sometimes numbers, sometimes words, each time as if being a secret password or handshake. He found the following message: sacrifices rebirth. Hidden in the code was information on a network of powerful people all working towards what he didn't know. There was chatter of summonings and rebirths, sacrifices and hunts. Jonah assumed much of it was red herrings attempting to mislead. Up late that night, he analyzed another code, this time concealed in a story of vampires. What he deciphered sent a chill to his spine. There's that vampire nod again. Alright, the numbers had returned. They haunt him. He saw them when he closed his eyes. They clung to his sleepiness mind, begging for attention. He checked the coordinates as he had years ago. It was nothing but a Chilean graveyard. He logged into the CIA database and searched the history location. Only one hit came up. A cold case where bodies were found in the area, the corpses eaten by hundreds of crows. Jonah couldn't let the mystery go on any longer. The numbers had followed him all his life, and he was ready to follow them. Knowing his chief officer wouldn't approve, he booked a ticket to Chile without anyone's knowledge. It was time to see what was so special about the coordinates. Less than 24 hours later, he arrived at the coordinates. He found himself under the sweltering sun, standing in the graveyard of a ghost town. There was nothing but dust and bones. Jonah spit into the dirt and puzzled over the numbers once more. He sat next to an old grave under the eyes of a watchful crow. He missed home, he missed the mangrove, he missed the time before the complexities of the universe crashed down on him. He looked out at the old derelict buildings on the side and the sweeping desert on the other. There were similarities to Fresno, the dry heat, the sunset that cast an orange glow on the dusty ground, but it wasn't home, not to him. He looked at it from the eyes of a man who didn't belong in this place, and then Jonah understood. He was analyzing the code from his own experiences, his own view of the world. There was so much he overlooked. With feverish devotion, he considered what the numbers could signify for other cultures. Ancient Egyptian measurements, Persian currencies, and antiquated calendars. He finally understood. He sifted through his knowledge of ancient civilization before coming to the Tanarian calendar. Plugging in the numbers as dates, he converted the first half of them over the Gregorian calendar. He wasn't prepared for the number that it would reveal. His birthday. Oh shit. The world spiraled around him. His sweaty palms, he calculated the remaining numbers. It gave him another date, today. The code, it was about Jonah. At this location, at this moment, his hands shook, his heart pounded against his ribs. Was he part of the prophecy, or had someone led him down this path? He didn't know. For once, numbers no longer made sense. A heavy fatigue came over him, and the world shifted in impossible ways. He knew the equations behind nature. He knew what he saw couldn't be. He witnessed his father's mangrove beyond the desert and felt overwhelming comfort. Crows cawed in the distance, and the smell of citrus wafted on the breeze. He considered that he was once more a child, and the numbers nothing but a horrible dream. Trapped in nostalgic thoughts, he didn't notice the dark fog seeping from the grass, swirling its way towards him. Crows fell from the branches, screeching relentlessly, flying in a circle above. It was too late when he realized the scent on the breeze was no longer citrus, it was blood. Damn, man. Alright, so his difficulty is described as easy, so let's check out his perks. The first one is Overcome. You've calculated how much energy you can risk to expand. When you are injured, you retain the movement speed bonus for 2 seconds longer. Overcome causes the exhausted status effect for 60 seconds. Oh, when you get hit. Okay, so you get 2 more seconds of a speed boost. Okay, it's basic, honestly. Next one is Corrective Action. You quickly analyze problems and correct others' work when they make a mistake. You start the trial with 1 token and gain up to a maximum of 5 for every great skill check. When a survivor fails a skill check while cooperating with you, 1 token is consumed and their failed skill check becomes a good skill check. Oh, that's... Okay, so this is like a perk for new survivors, honestly. But that's a good one, I guess. And the last one is Boon Exceptional. When it seems like your number is up, you consider ways to recalculate the odds. Press the ability button near the totem to bless it and create a boon. Okay, yeah. All survivors within the boon totem's range recover 90% faster and can completely recover from the dying state. Oh. Okay, so this is a boon okay. Interesting. But if a killer picks you up instantly, how's that gonna work? So I like it, but at the same time it's situational. But anyway, this is the perks for his lore, his story. and his backstory. That's it. Whoa. Okay, new map. We see you. All right, let's get a look around. So we got vault locations. Ooh, we got a new wall. Oh shit. It's that monolith thingy from the image. Whoa, what? What the hell? Okay. I'm hearing cacaw screams. Okay. Okay, so this is the central building. Oh, the detail. Yes, detail. Okay, this is the bird's nest that I saw in the trailer. Yes, bird nest. That's a lot of fucking crows. Woo! Oh. What is this music? Oh my god. Ow. Bitch, that hurt. Okay, interesting. No vault locations. So depending on the distance. Whoa. I'd like to live, thank you. That's not a vaulting location. Okay, we got a painting right here. Got a crow just watching me. Feng Min. Where's Feng Min? Oh lord. Don't hit me. Ah! Oh god. Oh, that's right, her tongue got cut out. That's why she sounds so just sounds so. Okay, so now it's coming in handy. If I had self-care, then it would work. But I like this. It kind of feels like Temple of Purgation though. Alright, you come down. Okay, so we got the sort of the graveyard aspect. Oh, sorry. Healing. Very interesting place. Also, it's not really much of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not dark. Like with other maps, well, previous maps, it was more dark and foreboding. This one, whoa. Whoa, ow! Okay, so they have her sound like a crow. Yeah, this map, the lighting is much more like bright. It's not a dark map. Oh, you can easily hide over here. Ooh, that's creepy. Okay, we got a new exit gate. Yeah, it's very stylized. Okay, the shack is at a different... The shacks are built different in this map. This actually looks like a building. It doesn't look like your typical shack anymore. You have a... What is that? Altar? You know what? Let me continue looking around. Okay, we got cemeteries. Whoa. This a mausoleum? Oh, you can't go in there. That's sad. Hush, crow. Part of me wants to see if I can get a killer mask just to see how they use this chick. Oh, interesting divot. Okay. So there's only one shack that I can see on this map? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's go back in here. Somewhere over here. It's freaking wonky. Okay, I went that way. Okay. There's no real vault. Is this a vault? That's not a vault. Okay, so you can't vault up here. That's interesting. Can't vault up the stairs. She has a breakable pallet on that side, but that's a drop down. I just came from this way. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's no vaulting locations from upstairs that I can see yet. No vaults. No vaults. Okay, she's hooking everybody. Alright, let's do the one in the building. Part of me wish I should have brought a toolkit. This is giving me like the alchemist, I think his name is. Oh, I saw that. Like these floating books. It's very much of the alchemist. Oh shit, we can see it? Wonder if they're gonna lose their minds if I do this generator in here. Oh. Okay. Almost got it. Please don't bring her here. Oh lord, she got him. Okay, so they're not losing their minds. Oh my god. So she can leave him stationary. Ah! Get away! So if you run through them, you can also get it. I do know they can go through walls. Woo! Ah, damn. Shit. Okay. Don't be a body blocker. Stop body blocking. Oh, I like the different hooks. So are they like sentries? Oh. Interesting, interesting. Ah! We need one more generator and then we're good. Okay, so she's somewhere over there. Are we supposed to be seeing this effect like that? I don't know if we should be able to be seeing it like that. Come on, we got one more gen. Where is it? That one's already done. Oh, the one in here. Because I remember I jumped off of this one. I do like the fact that they changed this up a little bit more. Got empty graves. Oh. Yeah, I might have to do a match with her just to see what this power is. It's gonna take a minute though. Opening. Alright. Okay, so it's very basic. Not much to look at. Oh! Jesus Christ! Scared the fuck out of me. Let's go ahead and go. Oh. I was not expecting that. Should I still be hearing that? I don't think they brought a Mori with them. No, they didn't bring a Mori. So you actually have to. It's like a waiting, a homing, not a homing missile, but like it. Okay, so it must only be able to injure once. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. That bitch altered that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to test. Hey, new map. Oh, did our weapon grow? Let's see. Okay, so it shows you the. Okay. Okay, as long as you continuously hold it down and control the launch. Okay. Interesting. Okay, it takes a while to launch though, that's weird. Okay. What if I... So you have to, okay. 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 Interesting. Oh. Did it go away? Oh, it got him. The time it takes is kind of weird though. Like you don't launch it, you have to let it go before it launches. Oh, a basement. Oh. That's glitch. Hi. Yeah, I need more time. And they don't last forever either. So summon. So there's no one on this gen. Okay, I can't get that time. Okay, she slashes, which is nice. Still got him. He was in range, so I still got it. You can place down multiple. Okay, so I didn't touch him, but it was enough to actually know like what to get him at. That one didn't touch him. Come on. Power's weird. Very weird. Got him. Oh. Okay. I can't shoot down probably, so. What the hell? Oh, god damn it! Okay. I got stuck. I got stuck, so that wasn't even you. Okay, we got a scourge hook. So blocking, no. Whoa, why'd he scream? Oh, the regressor, that's right. Okay, so it's good for tracking to an extent. Yeah, he was still here. Pop, pop. Alright, so summon, 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 and fire! Whoa. I know I didn't get him. Gotcha. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I did get him. Dead hard. Okay. Oh, I got 2 of them. When did I get them? This power is... needs more. I need more time with it, honestly. It's interesting, but I need more time to figure it out. Okay, so let's see how far this range is. Shit. Oh, hi. Got you. Oh, I got 2 of them. Ow. I'm wondering if it makes contact with a wall, it instantly disintegrates. Let's see. Whoa. Let's see. Yeah, I think once it hits a wall, it just like turns off. Is that my hex? Yeah, I think it is. Got you. How far is that range? So I can use this to like detect generators and whatnot. Am I not doing damage? Or am I supposed to hit? Like what? It's weird. It's very weird. Who flashed me? That distance is ridiculous. Is there a glitch or something? Because it seems like I'm getting killer instinct, but I'm also not. It's weird. Let's break down. That's basically close to being map wide. That's ridiculous. Hold on, let's see. That's basically map wide. So she's got map pressure to a degree. Okay, let's try. Let's drop one here. What the fuck you looking at? Bitch. Yeah, that's ridiculous. The distance this thing can cover is ridiculous. Let's do here, here, here. Go. Okay. All right, let's test it out from here. So we got one all the way over there. So pop, pop, and a rando. Let's go. Okay, so I hit that gen. I don't think I hit this gen. Unless he got injured by it. Go. That's some cheap shit. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Oh. I don't want to kill you. Go on, get out of here. Can I get them? Go. See. Okay, so it grazed them. See. That distance is ridiculous. Go on, get out. Go! It's so weird how that works. 1 minute it says it can do damage, the next it says it can't. Does it depend on the distance? I'm not gonna kill you. Go on, be free. It's about right here, maybe? Oh, it won't let you stack. Just go. Oh. Click on calendar. Go. Get out. Yeah. How does that work? I don't understand. Does it depend on like distance or something? Oh, I wonder what the hatch enemies looks like. Hold on. No, she just stepped on it. No, that's fine. Oh, that's right, the Mori. I forgot I had the Cypress. Oh, thank you, because I completely forgot. Okay, let's do this. Oh. Whoa. Oh, Lord. Oh. Okay, then. She gives birth. Wait. Oh, shit, we're glitched. He's glitched. Okay, there we go. That was weird. That was very weird. Oh, man. Oh, at least I got to see the Mori.